Hi everyone! In this video, we're going to see the latest version of YITH PayPal Payouts for WooCommerce. With this plugin, you can add receivers, set the percentage commission each one should get from the orders placed in your shop, and then use the funds in your PayPal business account to process the payouts automatically. Before we get into it, let me remind you that we'll list the links to the plugin, documentation, and live demo with access to the admin dashboard below in the description or in the first comment. And now, let's get to it.
Let's go over to YITH PayPal Payouts to see how to configure the plugin and start paying your receivers. We have this redesigned dashboard with all these tabs and the option to collapse the menu. In general settings, we can configure the behavior of the plugin. First, we need to enter the PayPal account. Please keep in mind that you need to use a business account for this. You can click here to find it. And we also need to enter the application client ID and key, which we can also find by clicking here. Then we have the option to enable sandbox mode. By default, Payouts is enabled in a sandbox environment. We suggest you keep this option enabled to test the plugin with the sandbox PayPal account first, so no real transaction is processed. To create a sandbox account, you can refer to PayPal's official documentation. Then, in Extra, we can enable log to see the errors log during debugging. We suggest you disable this option when the website is regularly running. And we have this webhook configuration where you can find the URL you must enter in your PayPal account settings to issue payments correctly. You can copy this URL and then click here to go set it up and add the webhook to your PayPal account. If you need further information, you can click here. Last, we have the GDPR section, which is included in order to comply with GDPR. Here we can enable the option to export payouts in personal data export requests, to allow users to export information about their own payouts when they submit an account personal data export request. And then we can decide if we want to remove user ID and PayPal email from the receivers list and remove the PayPal email from receivers payouts when handling an account erasure request from a user. For what concerns all the other user information, you can click here or go over to your WordPress tools. Now let's move on to receivers. Here's where you can add and see receivers that will get a percentage commission out of your sales. We have two added here so far. We see the user, the PayPal email, and the payout rate. This receiver gets a 10% commission and this one gets a 25% commission. Both are calculated on the order subtotal amount. So if I make a sale now and the order subtotal is $100, this one will get $10 and this one will get $25. We can edit or delete each receiver here, and we can also delete several receivers at once by clicking here, and we can add receivers anytime by clicking here on add receiver. We can select an existing user or create a new user profile here by entering first and last name, username, email, generate a password, enter the PayPal email and the commission rate. Let's select an existing user. We can look for the user profile here. We can enter the PayPal email here. This is where payments will be sent to, and here we can set the commission rate. Please consider that you should set a reasonable amount here as a commission percentage. Don't forget, commissions will be calculated out of the order subtotal, excluding taxes, and also every transaction processed by PayPal has fees. If you want to read more about PayPal commission fees, you can refer to PayPal's official documentation. Let's do 5%. Let's save. The new receiver we added is here with the user, email, and payout rate. And if we click on edit, we can simply edit this information and save. Now let's move on to payouts.
Before moving on, let me remind you to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell down below so you know every time we publish a new video. Now, let's continue.
Here we find a list of all the payouts generated in the store. We have the payout batch ID column. Payouts are issued when the order is completed and they are listed in batches, so we have one batch for every order in the store. Each batch is identified by a unique ID, as we can see here. Then we have the payout mode. This is the type of payment that is linked to each batch. It can be affiliate payment, CSV file, instant payment, or commission, which is not here. Commission is the mode that's displayed when the payout is related to a vendor commission that was generated with the YITH WooCommerce multi-vendor plugin. Instant payment is the default status you will see when the plugin is used to pay a percentage on every order to all the receivers. CSV file will be shown when you add a payouts batch from a CSV file. That can be done by clicking here. You can just upload the file here, making sure it contains 3 fields: PayPal email, amount, and currency. Keep in mind each payout can only have one currency or it won't be processed. Then you can enter the delimiter and then click on Generate Payouts. And last, we have affiliate payment. This is exclusively shown when the payout is related to an affiliate commission generated with the YITH WooCommerce Affiliates plugin. Then we have the creation date and the payout batch status. The status of each batch can be success. This is when all payments have been correctly issued to all receivers. Pending. This is a temporary status that appears when the transaction hasn't been processed yet. Unprocessed. This is when no payment has been made yet because the order is not completed. And processing, which means the payments are being processed. Now for each payout, we can view payout and we'll see the details of the receivers included in the payout. Remember, it's one payout per order, even if there are several receivers. We would have the transaction ID here if the payment had been processed. Then we have the amount each receiver is supposed to get. This payout is in dollars. Then we have the fee and the transaction status. In this case, this transaction is unprocessed. Let's go back to the payouts list. So we can view payout and delete payout. Both of these are available for all the statuses. And then specifically for unprocessed payouts, we have this option to force the payment. We can just click on it and then we'll get this pop-up to confirm the payment. For successful payouts, we just have the view and the delete icons. And for pending payouts, we have view, delete, and check status. If, for example, there was an issue with the PayPal IPN, we can click here to make sure it is updated and we can complete the payout. Let's view this payout, which has been successfully processed. We have the receiver, the transaction ID, the amount. In this case, you can see both receivers got paid in pounds. We have the fee, the status, and here we can view the details of each transaction in the payout. We have the transaction ID, the order, the receiver commission, the fee, and the net total. Okay, so the admin can keep track of all the payments issued to the receivers from this panel. Now, each receiver can check their payouts in my account. Let me show you. They'll see this new payout section. This is automatically added by the plugin. I have no transactions yet, but each receiver can see every payout process for their account here with the payout ID, the transaction ID, the transaction status, and the amount. Let's go back. Then in notifications, we can customize the text of the email sent to the receivers when they get a payout. We have the subject, you have a payment, and the content, which right now is you have received a payout, thanks. The email will be very similar to other PayPal emails. It will have the PayPal logo and show the transaction ID together with the date and the amount of the payout. Then in your store tools, we can find additional tools to improve user experience, increase conversions, and loyalize customers. The best options are HX Search to add an intelligent search engine to your store so customers can quickly find the products they're looking for, and gift cards so you can sell gift cards to increase your store's revenue and get new customers. And last, in the Help tab, we can find a link to read the documentation to learn how the plugin works, a link to the frequently asked questions, and a link to submit a ticket in case you need help from our developers. And that's it. That's how easy you can configure the plugin to add receivers and pay a percentage commission to them.
Okay, so you can configure and use the plugin. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please give this video a big thumbs up and we'll meet again for our next video.